The Divisional Sunday kicked off in Indianapolis, the last game ever in the RCA Dome. The Colts move to a new home next year. LaDainian Tomlinson, Peyton Manning, two of the great stars of the game in action, as is Antonio Gates and Marvin Harrison.
Played?
Gates did play with a dislocated big toe.
Oh, man.
We picked this highlight up with the head coach Tony Dungy, the Colts, with a big decision early on 4th and 2, decides to go for it from the Chargers 37, and it pays off as Manning hits Reggie Wayne in the Colts' opening possession of this game. 2 plays later, it is Manning to Dallas Clark.
Peyton Manning stepping up in the pocket, finding Dallas Clark, who ran a great route out and up.
Double move.
There you go.
Manning was 6 of 6 for 79 yards on that shot. So he came out firing away. As for the Chargers, their first possession went a little something like this. A little trickeration, a little faking, reversing. LaDainian Tomlinson running. Gain of 20 yards to the Colts 35. The very next play, Phillip Rivers fires to Craig Davis, and Kelvin Hayden makes a play. Remember, this is the young man who made that pick six to pretty much wrap things up in the Super Bowl last year.
Great break on the ball. Nice hands by the sidelines.
Well, Norv thought it was a juggling catch, but after further review, Hayden, the ball did seem to move a touch, but there's no reason to overturn it there, and the refs did not. So it is, in fact, a change of possession. He's suing Colts possession. Manning, first catch of Marvin Harrison since week 7, and he fumbles it. What an unbelievable turn of events right there.
And he had a chance to really take the lead here and failed to do that.
Well, he had been hit. You can run the routes, but you cannot substitute contact in practice.
So the Chargers turn it over, but the Colts turn it over right back, and here's what the Chargers did with that. Rivers pump fakes and finds Antonio Gates for a gain of 23. 2 plays later, LaDainian Tomlinson takes the handoff, appears to lose the ball. The refs say he was down by contact, and the replay confirms that. However, what the replay also shows you is LaDainian Tomlinson taking a nasty hit to his left knee, and this would be the last play of the day for LaDainian
7 carries and 28 yards, end of his day.
Wow. So now the Chargers are going to have to try and get past Indy in Indy without LaDainian Tomlinson, and then the next play, Rivers throws to Vincent Jackson, touchdown.
I like tall receivers. Go up and make a play at its highest point.
6'5", 240, Coach.
14-yard score. Chargers tied up at 7. Next Colts possession from their own 28. Manning to Joseph Adai. Makes some moves. 22-yard gain to midfield. 4 plays later, Manning looks for Adai. And there's Sean Merriman almost picking it off. It was Manning's first incompletion of the ballgame.
And that's why he plays linebacker, not tight end, Marshall Falk says.
It did lead to an out-of-Vinatieri field goal. That's basically what LaDainian Tomlinson did the rest of the day. Rode a stationary bike and then just stood on the sidelines. It's 10-7 with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. This is usually Manning time, and it certainly appeared to be here as he finds Dallas Clark from the 34-yard line. 5 plays later, Manning looks for Reggie Wayne, and there's Cromartie ball. Antonio Cromartie picks it off, and he knows what he's thinking house right here.
He's going to the
Thinking house. House!
You like that show too, Steve?
Yeah, you pick up some blockers. Peyton, make a play.
Has some of the best ball skills in the NFL.
Did you say Peyton make a play?
He slowed him up for a little bit there.
It's a touchdown, except for the fact that this was called holding on Eric Weddle.
Bring it back.
Wow, Norv Turner.
That's a homer call right there.
Norv is hot.
Turning all shades of red as it cost him a touchdown at the end of the half. Indianapolis leading at halftime, 10-7. Phillip Rivers, the first possession of the second half, finds Vincent Jackson. 3 plays later, Rivers pump fakes, finds Chambers beautifully for the touchdown.
Perfect throw over the top of the corner before the safety can get there inside the pylon.
Chargers take their first lead of the game, 14-10. Next Colts possession, Manning feeling some pressure, finds Reggie Wayne down to the Chargers 32 after a gain of 21. 3 plays later, Joseph Adai takes the handoff, gain of 10, down to the Chargers 11. Adai would be shaken up on this play as one star after another walked off the field or needed help to get off the field. Adai would return after that, however. 6 plays later, 3rd and 3. Manning looking for Kenton Keith. Can't grab it, but Eric Weddle does with one arm.
What a great interception on the tipped pass. We got to catch that. Great interception. He's tied up, but he has a right arm free. Makes the interception.
Second Colts possession in which they were driving in the San Diego end and came away with no points. But back comes Manning to Kenton Keith again with the Colts ball still in the 3rd quarter. And with the Chargers rushing on, trying to substitute that tricky Manning, he quick snaps it and gets an offsides on 3rd and 3 on San Diego, giving a fresh set of downs in a 1st and goal situation. Manning to Reggie Wayne, making a move.
Great second and third effort.
Leap for the pylon. The officials ruled that he was out at the 2, but after further review, that's a score, and it was ruled as such after Tony Dungy threw a red handkerchief. 17-14, less than a minute to go in the 3rd. Here comes Rivers again. Finds Chambers on 3rd and 15 with the crowd in full throat. A huge big-time throw 2 plays later. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Rivers dumps it off to little Darren Sproles, and we got another pocket Hercules.
Look at him go.
56 yards, he's gone.
No man can run.
Official's fast, too.
What happened here, Steve Mariucci?
Wow, great play call. Several productive screens by the play callers over here. Now watch Darren Sproles. He'll get out of here to the weak side following the fullback. The guard and the center are going to get out. One blocks inside, one outside. The fullback will pick up a block. We've got 4 blockers on offense to block 3 guys by the Colts. And you got the speed guy, Darren Sproles, the 3rd running back with the Chargers. He's going to use the speed kills philosophy. See ya. Touchdown, Chargers.
And this was also crucial for the fact that it was Phillip Rivers' final play of the day. He hurt his right knee on the play, even though he was telling the heckling fans that I'm going to be back. He would not be. 4th quarter, the Colts are down now. 10 minutes to go in the game. Here's Anthony Gonzalez, the rookie wide receiver, making a play, staying in bounds, and he's gone.
Quarterback missed the jam. Safety took a bad route on getting over to Gonzalez, and he was ambling up to stay in bounds. I couldn't believe that. I really did think he stepped out.
Well, Norv Turner threw a challenge flag here, but the play stood as called, and the Colts get a big touchdown, 24-21, and you had to think, without LaDainian Tomlinson, without Phillip Rivers, with a hobbled Antonio Gates, that would be it for the very game San Diego Chargers on the road, as LaDainian Tomlinson heard some news from Phillip Rivers he didn't like. So here comes Billy Volek throwing it to Darren Sproles, but he overthrows the young man. However, Marlon Jackson gets called for a face mask penalty on the play as he grabs Chris Chambers by the helmet here. And this would be a crucial sequence on 3rd down, so the Chargers get a fresh set of downs. And here comes Billy Volek to who? Lagadoo Nane.
Here's another screen. They had a screen game. John Kierling's defensive linemen are up the field, pass rushers. Screen game's always good.
If I had told you that the Volek-Nane connection would get the Chargers over the top, you'd have told me I was crazy, but Volek scored a touchdown on a sneak, and it's 4th and 5 with 3 minutes to go, and Peyton Manning's down, needing to make a play, and he does. Finds Dallas Clark for a gain of 16. The attack on 15 more. Deshaun Phillips grabbed the face mask.
Good call.
3 plays later, 3rd and goal from the 7. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Peyton Manning throws to Joseph Adai, who can't grab it. 4th and goal, Tony Dungy decides to go for it with all his timeouts remaining. And Manning forced off the spot by Sean Merriman, and it's incomplete. However, the Chargers give the ball back to Peyton Manning after they can't make a first down. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. Manning throws to Reggie Wayne on 3rd down, and Marlon McCree blows up the play.
A lot of hard hitting in these playoff games, boy. It steps up a notch.
So this is it for the Colts on 4th and 5. They need to convert, and they cannot. And the San Diego Chargers, without a half of LaDainian Tomlinson, without a 4th quarter from their starting quarterback, go in and knock off the Super Bowl champions by the final of 28-24 to gain the AFC Championship game for the first time since 1994. San Diego turned over Indianapolis 12 times in their last 3 games against it. All Colts losses, including this one on Sunday.